Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, back onto the Enfield. Only for a bit of a short video. It is Sunday morning, so I just want to do a couple of things on this and get it sort of kick-started again. I've got the shed to sort out because it's going to be a very, very busy week. And yeah, we're all on the Enfield. Apart from one thing, I've got to fix my van because me and Gertie are going off on the bikes for a couple of days at some point next week, and my brakes are no good on the van, so I've got to replace the pads on the back. Anyway, apart from that, we are full on Enfield. So where are we? You'll see poor old legs fell off. Okay, it's not fell off, I've took it off. If you remember, we had that dodgy rubber ring that I didn't like it. It's got some weird, well, hold on, I can't do it. One-handed, bear with me. As you can see, it's not solid like it should be. So we now have a ring. In fact, we'll go through a bit of the stuff that's come. We've got the seat getting sorted. I think I may have that back tomorrow. That's been done at the local trim centre. They do a beautiful, beautiful job. Normally, I think I've mentioned before, they deal with classic cars like your E-Type Jaguars and stuff like that. So they are really high-end. It does cost a bit, but you know you're going to get something fantastic back. And that's been done in black leather. Let's go through some of the bits that we have got. Not a lot from Hitchcock's, but we have got other stuff from other places coming. So we have the light switch, a nice new light switch. I always like to use new ones because all the fittings are fresh and clean and everything. Obviously we got that, not that one, that one. We've got the rubber ring. Let me move this so I don't go and knock it over. In fact, we'll just lie it there on the old bubble wrap. In here we have the inner LED headlight bezel. This is deeper than standard because, let me explain that. Obviously this goes here. It's deeper to bring your headlight out a tiny bit more, especially if you're running a halogen bulb with one of them plugs on the back. Let me get a plug. One of these plugs, because with the standard thing this all starts fouling up on the speedo cable. It presses right into the speedo cable and it's all rubbing. So that deeper rim, the deeper rim is it gets it away from that. I have some the headlight glass clips. I have got some, but I thought I'd get a few more just in case to clip the actual glass in. We've got the outer rim that we've got to fit the actual headlight to. I won't get it out, you'll see it all in this video. I plan to get the headlight in. So yeah, the deeper rim, the outer rim, the switch, deeper rim, outer rim, switch, rubber, clips. Yeah, rubber cover, wire clips, front rim, rim fixings and light switch. £76 for that. I'm sure it's cost a fortune just to do the front end on this bike. I'm not moaning, it's got to be done. It's got to be done right. And at the end of the day, I don't want to cut corners on it. Whoever ends up with this bike, I want them to be 100% happy with it. Right, I think we're going to get the fork leg in. there's a thing that I did miss on the headlight. This little clip here holds the outer rim in, but not this one. I completely forgot. This is for the standard thickness of rim. With the deeper rim, you need a longer one, and I completely forgot to order one. So what we'll do, because it's just a really simple little bracket, we'll make one, and at least we can get the headlight in today. I spent quite a lot of time pondering over the actual headlight itself, what we was going to use. I said before, I didn't really want to use an LED one. Some of them look a bit cheesy, bit naff, so I've gone a bit more traditional. I think you'll like it. I say I spent quite a lot of time searching all through headlights, looking at clear lenses and all that business, but we'll see that in a moment. Anyway, let's get this fork back in. Right. Make sure I'm putting the right one on. Yeah. That's better. How about that? It matches. How could anyone picking parts get that so wrong? Yeah, that is spot on. Much better. Careful. I've been thinking about handlebars as well. I'd like to go flat bars, straight bars. I know there's a very slight modification got to be done on the steering lock, because flat bars will collide with the tank. It's not a lot, and I've got a really simple way of doing that if I decide to go flat bars. I've just got this thing about using some flat bars on it. So I haven't bought the handlebars yet, so I'm still thinking about that one. I know there's going to be loads of opinions on that, but I've got a certain image in my head with this bike, you know, with all the blacks and everything like that we're doing. And I've just got a thing. I think I've near enough made up my mind about it, to be honest. And then I'll show you the little modification that we can do that's really simple, so the bars don't hit the tank. At least then if anybody wants to put flat bars on their Enfield, but I can share what I do so it can be achieved. I don't know. I don't claim to be an how-to channel. This channel's about me fumbling along, changing my mind constantly. Right, big T-bar. Don't scratch anything. And it's warmer today. It's like the Bahamas. It's literally gone about 8-9 degrees up overnight. Hopefully it will stay like this next week, when me and Gertie go and have a little bit of time out. I am so much looking forward to that. Just some time out, completely switch off, a few days off from getting told off on some jumped up charges. It's going to be lovely. Out the way, in the mountains, no phone signal. Can't wait. Right, that's that sorted. Well, I've also got the little brackets for the flag and stuff back from the powder coaters as well. We'll try and do that today. Like I say, I'm only going to do a few jobs. It's Sunday morning and I want to clean all the shed up, get ready for the week. Oh, that is so much better. Happy with that. Right, I think next we'll make another clip. I should really take my posh hoodie off, shouldn't I? Because I seem to wreck every single item of clothing I have in this shed. I'm going to go and swap my top. because we've got some grinding to do. That's better. Back in me scruffs. Right, bracket. So let's get you down here. There we are. Inner rim. Which hole is it? That one. So this, let's show you on top. Should reach to the end there in that gap. So as you do this up, it pulls up into the outer rim and keeps it locked in. So got a strip of metal and we'll knock one of them up. Right, we've got a strip cut. As you can see, I've cut it way too long, because what I'm going to do is do the folds first, because obviously I won't be getting a fold like that with such a short piece in this folder. So we'll get the folds on it first and then we'll trim it off. If I remember right in the comments, again, yeah, the comments come at me from every direction on Messenger, Facebook, emails, YouTube. I do struggle to keep up with them sometimes. My apologies for that. It can get a bit overwhelming. In a nice way, nothing bad, but it is a struggle, because yeah, I'm constantly on the go. As you've probably noticed, I do a lot of editing in the middle of the night, grab a couple of hours sleep, then I'm straight back in here, repeat. So yeah, sometimes I know I am absolute rubbish at keeping up with comments. And while I'm on comments, people who's press that super thank you button in the comments, I thank you all immensely, because obviously it helps out with the channel and it's very much appreciated, that is. Where was I going with this? Yeah, someone was asking about these folders. I don't know the correct name for them, to be honest, but I believe you can get these from Axminster Tools. I'm not sure if they're, because I know there's one local to us. I'm not sure if they're like a national company. I'm not 100% sure, but yes, these come from Axminster Tools. Not sure if they still do them. I guess they will, and they are extremely handy. If you don't have to have the big one, don't, because this can get a bit weighty and overpower its magnets. I've often thought about perhaps drilling this, and the drilling and threading the vise, it won't hurt it. I'm holding it in that way, but I've never got round to it. Right, let's fold this up. The hammer pliers, it was the closest thing to me. That's looking about right. So let's have a look at this. Yeah, one's definitely a 90. I'm guessing that one's about a 45. I don't think it's super critical, but we'll get it somewhere near. There we are. So basically that's the shortest I can get a return in this folder. Try and do anything less, it'll just slip out. Right, the next one is the important one, because we've got to get that smack in the right place. So I'm just going to go and grab the headlight rims and see where we've got to go with that. Right, we've got the standard length resting in place there. This back bit's got to come right to the back of the rim. I reckon we're about 8.5 to the back, and then to the fold thereabouts. We'll try it. at the end of the day, it's a really simple bracket. I can knock another one up if it don't work. In fact, if it don't work, if it just holds it for now, I can just order one. But I want the headlight on today. I'm impatient, you know that. I reckon that'll work. Get the fold. God, why am I shaking? Stop shaking. I'm nervous. There we go. I've dropped that now. Welcome to the Doghouse Comedy Show, where some silly old fool fumbles around in his shed. That'll do. Pliers, hammer. And that's the one. Oh, I dropped them, hadn't I? Can anybody see where that went? It's miraculously disappeared. Where's that gone? Hiding under the toolbox. There we go. Right, we'll trim that off. We've got a pop hole in it. Tap it out. I'll see how that goes. We have a visitor. Hello. Hello, mate. You finally got up, eh? Bit warmer today. Yes, it is. We have no treats at the minute, mate. Not at the moment. No. Unless you want a cup of tea. Want a cup of tea? No. Okay. Hello, mate. Oh, he's a good boy. Yeah. He's a good boy. Oh, stinker. Hmm? Oh, stinker boy. You have the breath of 1,000 camel farts. Not up there. No. No, check everywhere out. We haven't gotten out. We good? He's doing his weird, just stand there and stare. He's protesting. He's turned his back to me. Right, just got to drill a hole in this now. So, we've got all that trimmed up. I'll mark the hole now. Pop that in, and then I'm just going to stick a bit of paint on it. Not the sharpest of drills. And we're through. Right, let's find a tap. There we go. Tapped out. Right, that's all that thing painted. I'm going to get this inner rim on. And then we'll be able to sort the headlight itself out. Got the holes lined up. So it's got two little fixing screws down at the bottom. Put these you won't see that with GoPro close-ups. I've put it in some little cups. They're really for like countersink, but just the screw alone and the size of the hole in here didn't look good at all. So I found these little stainless cups to drop them in. It looks alright actually. Could have just used a washer, I guess, but again, these have got a bit of shape to them and they do look a bit better. If I can do this without dropping it, that'd be great. There we are. Sorted. That's alright. Right, I'm going to get the headlight into the rim and then fit that. And you'll be able to see the new headlight, see what it's like. Alright, just get the little clip on. Got a stainless slotted screw, which is better than what normally goes in there. So it'll leave all that loose till the outer rim goes on. Right, headlight. Dun dun dun. So I've got the outer rim on the headlight. That was scary because I've broken headlight. I've broke one before. I dropped it and it hit the brand new headlight, hit the corner of the metal bench. So yeah, it's all done. I've just got to get it on the bike without breaking it. Let's have a look at it anyway. There we are. It's a P700. I think that's going to suit it. I'll say it's a little bit more expensive than just your normal ones, but I think it's going to be worth it and look well when it's on the bike. There was one thing with it though. The little side light in there. So we've got this little hole here for a side light, pilot light, whatever you want to call them. Obviously on the Enfield we have these. Now I thought, you know, it's no big issue. If it's got three of the little side light pilot lights running. But then I came up with an idea. It might seem a bit silly, but it can be changed. If whoever ends up with this bike, you could change it quite easily. My silly little idea. Get ready. So I thought, ooh, I know what will fit in there. So we took the bulb out, which is that. I can keep the bulb with the bike, so it'll go whoever ends up with the bike, they can have the bulb. But I thought a little 357 Magnum will go in there a treat. Yes, it is dead. It's not live. I wouldn't be that stupid. Well, I can be stupid, I know, but not that stupid. I thought that'll fit in there a treat. Plus, it's a little Enfield bullet. I thought it'd be quite apt, is the word. So that You watch me go and break the light now. Shoves in there. And you can see it. Probably not very good with the camera, but you can see it in there. And it will light up. It will light up, won't it? Yeah. I know it's probably a little daft thing, but I thought, why not? Why not? It's a tiny little bit of detail, if you want to call it that. Right, I'm going to get this light on and see what it looks like. I was going to give you a useless bit of trivia as well. Or is it trivia? Some people say it's a myth, but I wouldn't trust it. See, on these 357 Magnum bullets, a demonstration is on the way. You see they got flat heads. Now people say that say it's for paper target shooting, but I had because obviously I've got loads of bullets. I was making key rings out of them. I need to do some more of them actually. So I had a rifle called a Rossi Puma, which is more or less exactly the same as the old Winchesters, the old cowboy guns, the underlevers that you see on the films. And at the bottom of the barrel, you'll probably notice a tube going along the bottom of the barrel. Well, that's where all them bullets sit, all in a line in that tube. So some say, although some people say it's a myth, but I certainly wouldn't trust it actually. So all these bullets are in that tube under the barrel like that. So what they're saying is these flat heads are there because it's sitting right against the primer of the bullet in front of it. If you think about it, it sort of makes sense. If you've got pointy bullets, I know these are a different size, that is smack in line with the primer that sets the bullet off. And what they're saying, if you drop the rifle, recoil off the rifle, could set one or two or the whole line of bullets off in that magazine tube. I don't know. People have tested it and not been able to set bullets off, but would you trust it? I know I wouldn't. I'd rather go with the loading the flatheads up. So you don't get that opportunity of a load of rounds going off in your tube magazine, blowing the whole rifle up. It's a bit of useless information. Anyway, let's get back to the bike. If I drop this, I'm actually going to cry. Is that level? Right, let's do that up, see if my little clips worked. In fact, I've got to make sure. Yeah, that's it. Let's make sure it's in. So I'm not just twizzling the clip round under it, it's locked in. Do not slip. Yeah, that's got it. Get my dirty paw prints off it. I like that. I definitely like that. I am definitely happy with that. Oh, I like it. Little bullet sitting in there. That'd be one of them things where people will see the bike and then all of a sudden, probably after seeing it 10 times, will spot that little bullet in there. They probably won't spot it straight away, but I like things like that. So yeah, like I say, it can be pulled out if someone chose to. Whoever ends up with the bike, I will keep the little ball boulder. We'll see. Someone might want to keep it in there. I would. It's just a little bit of silliness, isn't it? That, like I say, someone might not spot it straight away. And as I said, it's perfectly safe. That bullet is empty and the primer's gone off. All these bullets that I've got, I might put some more on eBay actually. I ain't sure if I've got some on there. Every single bullet either myself or my dad fired. Every single one. When he was alive, we used to go shooting quite a lot. And yeah, when he passed away, I just wasn't the same. I just couldn't do it anymore. Could not do it. So hence we saved all the empty shells, and all I've done is put another head in there and popped an hole in them and sell them as key rings. I'll get a few more on eBay. Obviously all the links to that are below every video. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, what's next? The flag. We'll do the flag next. Right then, the flag. Look at that. And now then, we're going to make sure it's got a 3M sticky back, which is normally a one-way journey when these go down. We got to make sure that we get that in the middle. I think I should put my glasses on for this. Hold on. Oh, I can see. I think if I peel the back off and just carefully drop it in, it's not going to stick till I press on it. Do you think? Oh, I hope so. We'll soon find out, won't we? Oh, right, hold on. Let me get something to shuffle it around if I need to. Little screwdriver. Oh, I don't know about this. Oh no, that's trying to stick straight away. Let me just get a gauge of what I'm doing here. Right, about there. About there, I think. Ooh. I think we're good. Yep. Press it. There we are. Oh, get it in shot, eh? Right, some fixings for that then. I think we'll go stainless. I think that'll do it. I've come up with a thing to sort of match how I fixed the headlight. So I've still got to do this one because it took me ages. So I've got a button head stainless. I've got these little cups. Again, I'm just trying to make things look nice, neat, and a little bit different. So I've turned this one down. I've actually put a sort of a taper on the back of it to fit into these little cups, which is a nice tidy fit. I'll put a little stainless washer at the back of it as well, which is hidden. So we've got that sort of thing going on, and not just a normal bolt, just again making it different. I'm happy with that. I reckon that's an alright fixing. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to do this one, get it on the lathe, taper the back of it. I have to make them a tiny bit smaller because they don't fit in there very well. They sort of fit over them, and we want them to fit in them. So we've got to cut into that on the lathe, then polish it up on the mop. When you put these in the lathe, you find out that they ain't actually very round. It will be when we finish with it though. Tiny bit more taking off that. I'll let that cool before I touch that. I found out that one with the one I'd just done. Yeah. Why am I still touching it? All sorted then. As you see, we've got a bit done, turned down on the lathe, some polishing done of the new fixings, and all done up. I'm happy with that. Definitely. Again, just trying to make little bits different, keeping it all nice, neat and tidy. And the headlight, you'll probably see a few smears here and there. I've actually got to get myself some clean cloths, some nice clean polishing cloths, to keep my dirty fingerprints off it all as we go along. The bullet headlight. It might not be to everybody's taste, but it's just something a little bit different. I'm very pleased with the headlight. It's a little bit dusty up here. I'll say I've got to get some clean cloths. Obviously we've got the switch to go in there. Nice new switch. And then I've got to get the two sort of warning lights in there, a high beam and the indicator repeater thing. I'm looking for some nice stainless ones that we can use. That will complete the top end then, and obviously we got the nice stainless plugs that go in the top there, and all the oils in the forks. So all that area should look nice and fresh. And then the handlebars, I say up, sorry my eye. I've been thinking about the bars. I'd like to go flat bars, straight. Well, sort of straight with a slight little pullback on them. I reckon it'll keep the lines of the bike really sort of nice and low and level, if you know what I mean. I'm going to give it a go anyway. I've had a lot. I thought I had some polished alloy ones, but I can't find them. Typical. I may have used them for something else. So if I can't find them, I'll just order some, whether they come stainless, or alloy or whatever, as long as they're nice and bright to obviously go with all this black that we're doing on the bike. Levers, I've got to get some levers, again some nice chrome levers, and then what switches we're going to need there. On switch, indicator switch. It will have bar end mirrors in. That keeps the clutter down on all of the bike. I've got to find some nice ones of them. Yeah, just keep plodding away. Next, we'll get some tyres on the wheels. Be nice to get the front wheel in so we can see that front end complete. I've got the panel under the headlight at the powder coaters at the moment, which has been doing, we're only done in the gloss black, so maybe that'll be back within the next few days. The seat, I've spoke to the girls at the trim centre Friday just gone. They're well underway with that. They was struggling for material because I definitely want it in a black leather. I don't want faux leather or anything like that, or horrible plastic. We're having it done in a nice black leather and nicely stitched all around the edge. So that may be back tomorrow. I don't know yet. If it is, we'll get that on for sure. So I'm looking forward to seeing that on. So yeah, I think front wheel, I'll find some handlebars. Be nice to get all that front end complete, and then we can sort of tick that off the build list then. Not a lot left to do on it. There isn't. Not a lot left at all. I keep looking at it. If I keep looking at it, it means I'm happy with it. It's just trying to make things a bit different. Yeah, I think it's gonna come out all right. So yeah, front wheel and seat. It'd be nice if we can do that in the next video. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll soon be dipping into the engine. Then still got to get that coated. I've been leaving that to the last minute just to make sure I am 100% sure, which I think I am. And again, that'll be a mix of blacks on there with all nice new polished stainless fixings. And I think it's going to look smart. Then obviously the very last thing on this is the tank and the mudguard, getting that painted, which I think we're going to do. The tank obviously black with a nice cream or Old English panel on the side with the Royal Enfield sticker. Anyway, that'll do. I've took a bit longer than what I thought today. I'm going to go and edit this video, and then I'm coming back up here to get everything clean, ready for a busy week. Thank you all again for all the special stickers, all you guys that have purchased them, guys that have purchased again. Like I said before, please, please, please don't cause yourself any trouble by doing that. I appreciate it immensely, obviously, because it's helping with all this build. But please don't cause yourself any financial trouble whatsoever. I'll be unsettled about that. Yeah, that's about it. I think I'm going to do some more bullet key rings as well. So they'll be all on eBay if you fancy another bullet key ring. It's, like I say, absolutely everything goes towards keeping this silly old fool going in the shed and sharing what I do. So it's all appreciated. Anyway, that'll do. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.